So I did a few things off camera since last episode, as you can see. And by a few things, I mean many, many hours of tearing up some of the landscape here. Just kind of flattening things out. Let's see. You can see here there's just a few chests of sand and stone and dirt. And over here, there's just a few more chests of that same kind of stuff. And I think over here there were just the original chests that were sitting by where I originally had the that thing, the beacon. My brain can't think of terms anymore. So let me take a little bit of a sky view here. So this is what I've done. I've kind of expanded the flat area that is going to be my home town here, and we've kind of come over to these bits of these cliffs here and to the starts of these hills here, and I figured that's going to give us plenty of space to really start building some stuff. I think I want to start building some stuff. I know that's very much a stuff that needs to continue being built, but I want to build some more stuffs. I did leave the original hill here. Again, this is where I think I'm going to put my manor house eventually. And that blue square marks the center of our spawn radius. And that spawn radius goes 10 blocks out in every direction. So if we die without a bed, we'll respawn somewhere in this kind of 21 by 21 square centered on that blue block right there. And, okay, whoa, what am I doing? Okay, yeah, see, if this was an edited video, that all would have been cut. You guys get to see this. Okay, hold on. There we go. That's what I meant to do. So let's pretend there was an edit there, and I cleanly went from the sky view to this view. Hey, welcome back. If you're new to this series, this is just me playing Minecraft. This is it's less structured. There's really no hype. I try to keep myself pretty chill. I try not to get too terribly loud or excitable. It's a little bit less hype, and it's just a little more chill, and it's just me playing Minecraft, and you're kind of along for the ride for a couple of hours. So I hope you enjoy it. This fella here, we need to give this one a name. So we found this sniffer last episode. I believe it was last episode. Yes. And I asked for some names, and I got four names that were just really, really, really good. Like I cannot pick between them, and I don't want to just use one of these names. So I think what we're going to do this episode, so part of this episode is going to be centered around, I want to see you from the side. Stop staring at me. There you go. Some of this episode is going to be centered around this sniffer. I want to, first of all, maybe find a second one so we can at least use two of these cool names. And I'm going to set up a little area where we can automatically harvest the seeds that they dig up. Why not? Why not make a nice little, as far as automated farms, this will be one of the simplest ones you can make. So it should go together pretty easily. And it's pretty cool. And it's something I've never really done. As far as, like working with the seeds that these guys dig up. I managed to grab a couple of torch flower seeds that he has dug up along the way. So I got two of them planted here. And I've got two seeds in my chest over here just in case we want to start breeding them. So if we get a second one, we might be able to make a third and a fourth and a fifth. I don't know why I would need that many sniffers, but it might be fun. So let's start with that. Yeah, let's start with that. That's the first thing I wanted to do this episode. So another thing I would like to do, if I remember, I would like to go back to the Sulfur Cave because I was watching my friend Millie. If you're not watching my friend Millie, you would probably enjoy her. At MillieCraft, Millie_craft is her YouTube channel. I was watching her. I think it was her latest episode. She went to the Sulfur Caves to get the blocks to make a build. And I saw her scoop up one of the cube guys with a bucket. So I'm guessing that's how you transport them, which is kind of cool. So I think I might want to go back and see if we can find one of those guys and scoop them up and bring them back home. And I have a theory. Now, I didn't look this up. I don't know anything about like if they're breedable or how they're breedable. But here's my thoughts, and I might be completely wrong, but I want to try it. I'm thinking that if you like chop them into the small ones, those small ones will grow up to be big ones. That's what I'm thinking. So the reason why I was thinking about that, right, because the magma cubes and the slime cubes, they start out really big, and when you chop them, they get big, and then when you chop them again, they get tiny. Well, these guys went from kind of medium size, and then, but not even as big as a medium slime, right? They were like almost more like a slightly oversized block, like like a block, like a block. They didn't seem much bigger than that, and then when we chopped them, he made like 2 small ones. So, and he didn't drop anything. So that's why I'm going with that theory. So I'd like to test that out today, and we're going to do that today as well, and then see what else we can do. So let's first get you a friend, and then once we get you a friend, we can pick out some names for you guys. All right. Excuse me. Pardon me. Okay, so I'm going to need everything I need should be in here. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see. We definitely need a brush. A brush. Oh, does anybody know what that's a reference to? Brusha. I don't know if I'm singing it in the right cadence, but if anyone knows that reference, you don't have to say anything, but just be happy that you know the reference. I'm going to bring some of these pickles with me because that worked out last time, lighting up the ocean floor when we were doing the digging for these things. So I'm going to do that again. I like that idea. So I'm thinking we go back out to where we went last time, right? Because we had another portal way over here. Over here, I think. Yeah. We had another portal over here right here. There it is. To collect terracotta. And then we went into some of this warm ocean here to find that ruins where we found the first sniffer. So I'm thinking there's an awful lot of warm ocean here. Sorry, a little frog in my throat. There's plenty of warm ocean here, so we should be able to find more than enough ruins. I'm thinking maybe this time we kind of maybe go out on this side of it, maybe check this side that's like east of the portal. Yeah, we'll do that. Cool. I would like to, of all the things I want to do, I do want to make this portal something a little bit better. This was a very makeshift first trip kind of thing. This nether portal is looking pretty basic up here now, so it would be nice to get that looking a little bit nicer at some point. Let's see. I think it's this one way out here to the east. Yep. Oh, I wanted to bring up before we get too deep into it. You guys have been hearing me blather on for 2 episodes about that vintage Sunbeam Mixmaster, which I was very excited that I finally have like cobbled together a working one. Pretty excited about it. I'm going to give it a test run this week, and I'm going to use one of the recipes out of that booklet that came with one of them. Now that booklet, let's see if I can switch to full screen recording. There we go. So I was able to scan the whole booklet, and I put it in a PDF file where each like set of pages is a page in the PDF file. And the scan came out really nice. This is very, very readable. And I am going to try this egg yolk sponge cake because it sounded kind of cool. I'd never heard of anything like that before. It uses a ton of egg yolks. And I learned from the internet that egg whites, which you could use the equivalent amount of egg whites for an angel food cake, egg whites freeze really, really well. They freeze and thaw very well, can still be used to like beat up if you need to do like a meringue or anything, or you're basically making a meringue to then fold into the angel food cake. Anyway, point is, I'm going to make this egg yolk cake this week, and I suspect it's going to be delicious. So I will throw down some comment and let you guys see a picture of that when I make it. This is for a 10-inch. A tube pan is like the thing that you imagine an angel cake, so kind of a cake that looks kind of like a donut. There's a big hole in the middle. I got a 7-inch one coming on Amazon. It should be in tomorrow. So I'm going to make actually a half recipe. Figured that's a good way to make a cake for a single person, is to just make half a cake. So I got a 7-inch pan coming in the mail. Should be here tomorrow. So I'm thinking I'm going to make that, and then I'm going to freeze the whites and maybe make this in a couple of weeks. So that'll be pretty nice. Anyway, if you want to download this PDF file and look at those recipes yourself, you can go to my channel. Hold on. Sorry. You go to my channel, and I put it under posts right here. And I got a post right there. This post has a little download link. This is safe to use. This is no weird spammy thing. If you click that, it takes you here, and you just click this big download button right next to the name of the file, and that should download that PDF file for you. So, yeah. Anyway, that's enough of that. I don't want this to become an advertising thing. Anyway, so let me switch back to Minecraft recording to get rid of the desktop stuff. There we go. Nice. So if you want that, download it, enjoy it. If you do and you make any recipes out of it, you need to tell me about it. Absolutely tell me about it. I'd love to hear it. Cool. All right. Well, let's go to our warm ocean and look for a friend for our sniffer. Let's see. The reason why I pointed out that you have to go to posts, I think YouTube's doing something weird with posts, where posts that have a video attached to them or an image attached to them aren't necessarily being shared out to people the correct way. So I wanted to make sure that you saw that, if that was something that sounded interesting to you. I did see a few likes on it, so I know that at least a few of you found it, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so we're looking for... It's hard to find them amongst the corals because the corals sometimes throw you off. But we're looking... Oh, is that one? Ah, no, that was just sand. Oh, bummer. Okay, I gotta get up out of there. Okay. So hopefully we can find one of these ruins relatively quickly. What is that? Oh yeah, it's a big weird a square chunk of floating sand. That sure does look like a building. Let me get a little bit of height here so we can go a little further between rockets. What is that? That's probably coral. These buildings are not red. You can see, because of voxy, chunks that I discovered over there starting to become visible. It's kind of weird the way voxy works. Alright, I'm not seeing any. Let's see. Yeah, usually these ruins are like all over the place when you're not looking for them. Hey, there's a village. I don't think we need anything from the village, do we? Oh wow, look at this portal. This thing is huge. Let's see, does it have any good treasure in it? Let's see. Oh, nope. Where's the chest? Where is the chest? How am I not seeing the chest on this? Have I been here? No. I mean, I could have been here. I could have been here. What's our map? This has definitely been unlocked. I've probably been to this thing already and took the chest. You know what? While we're here, though, nah, I don't need to bother with getting the crying obsidian from it. Let's see. Let's look at our map. So we kind of just came up this way and checked out this bit and this bit. So these are lukewarm oceans. Can they still form in lukewarm oceans? That's a question. I kind of feel like looking for them on the map is a little bit cheaty, but you know, that's okay. It's not. I'm not cheating that much. It just makes searching go a little bit faster. Let's see. I'm just trying to find something that looks like those little ruined buildings, but I'm not really seeing anything. What time of day is it? It's almost nighttime. You know what? It's almost nighttime. Let's go to this little sand island so we don't get immediately attacked by a drowned. Because once it becomes dark, this map will darken as well. And you'll see lights, right? Like you can already start seeing like the lights from these villages are kind of glowy. So if we find a random light in the ocean, then that could be indicative, or that would probably be indicative of a sea lantern in a ruin building. Right, so like these are probably sea pickles, right? All amongst the coral. But like those, no. What could those possibly be? Those, I don't know what those are. I would have seen that though because I explored that boat ship. That sure looks like a structure sticking up, doesn't it? Rather than sand. Let's assume that. So if we go, let's see if we see anything obvious that's closer. I know a lot of you are feeling like, he's cheating. I'm never going to watch this guy again. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's see. That's not light. That's just like a block sticking out of the... I don't even know what that is. That's probably like a ruined portal. Okay, let's go to that thing. Where was this? We're here. It's pretty much straight south into this little bay. And we're going to see if this is a building sticking up. Cool. All right. We should be just about time to sleep. Wait a minute, 1832. Let me go at 1833, 34. Now, if I come in here and then go back out, 1830, time stops when I'm in the map. Huh. I mean, I guess if I was on a multiplayer server, it wouldn't. Interesting. Okay, now that it's a little bit darker, do we see any more obvious lights? See, those are probably sea pickles. There's no lights in that one, but it could still be a village. See how much more obvious the lights are? Like that right there, that is probably one. That is probably one right there. We let it get just a little bit darker. And we'll pop back in there. So that was... Where did I see that last one? Oh, way over here. I bet that is one. That's probably a building. That's probably a building. Okay. Well, we'll go to the south. We'll go to this one down here. See if that's one. Okay. All right. So south that way. I'm just listening to the wind in my ears. All right. Hopefully not too much further. We're moving at a pretty good pace here. Let's go up a little bit more. Yeah, we're about halfway there. Very good. I'm also kind of scanning the ground, make sure I didn't miss anything while I'm going. I'm not seeing anything. So that's what we're looking for. That sure does look like the top of a building. If it's just ridiculously structured sand, I'm going to be a little disappointed. Because that is way too regular of a pattern to be random sand generation. Okay, that is definitely a building. Nice. Okay, it might just be one building. What's going on? Am I in like some kind of weird swim mode or no? It's like I'm seeing extra water something's in my face. Is this the only building? This might be a single building ruin here. Let's go ahead and get underwater. This will be a little easier. Yeah, just the one. Or so it seems. Yeah, this other stuff is just sand and dirt. The other stuff I thought was buildings. Okay, anything hidden under here, like a weird generation? Nope, okay. It's just one building. Let's see if we're lucky enough to have gotten some suspicious sand in this one. Because usually each building might only have a couple at most suspicious sands. So... okay, just breaking some of those to get off that top layer of material. There we go. There's one right there. Alright. Come on, egg. A wooden hoe. Possibly the most useless of the treasures from these. It can't even give us a stone hoe or an iron. Wow, there's a lot of suspicious sands in this one. Very nice. Let's see what kind of treasure we got. Golden helmet, copper nautilus armor. I'll take one of those for now. Don't really need the rest of that. Okay. Alright, here we go. This one is some wheat. Alright, I'm going to have to breathe in just a second here. Oop, let me go up. When they're at the surface like this, they're really nice because you can, everything is well lit and you can hop right up to breathe. Is this? No, this is coal, isn't it? That is coal. There was one over here as well. Oh, emerald. Okay. Nice. All right, let's take this top layer off and see if we get any more suspicious sand under it. I'm not seeing any. Okay. We'll put that stuff. I don't need all of that stuff. There we go. Let's go to that other one that I suspected might have been one. So that would have been it was up over here, right? Somewhere up over here, I think. That see, that looks like a structure, and then we saw light coming from here. So let's go there. So that's northwest. And there's a village there. We're going to fly over that. Okay. All right. This is pretty area out here. I always like when you get like the warm oceans. I like that pretty blue that the water is. And of course, it's always surrounded by jungles and stuff. Very nice landscape out here. Okay, so the lights around this shipwreck that we were seeing were probably sea pickles. Yeah, because there's definitely not a structure down there. That looks like that was a... I've probably checked that out already. That was a nether portal ruin. Definitely lush caves. You can see the azalea trees popping up through the desert. So I think over here is where we were headed. Another desert village. Oh, there's a portal and a boat. And that's what we're thinking. That is definitely a ruin. So let's go ahead and check out these two things first. See if there's anything useful here. A couple gold blocks. Never hurts. We are going to need to make what is this? A mending golden pickaxe. Oh, really don't need the rest of that. I am going to take those gold blocks. What was I about to say? Oh, yeah. We're gonna need powered rails for our sniffer farm. So I don't know how much gold we have at home, but this stuff will definitely help to make some of those. So we'll get this. Oh, there we go. Let's just do this. We'll pad the drop here in case it falls down. There we go. Very nice. And there was a shipwreck over here too. Yeah, right there. All right, maybe we'll get more gold in the shipwreck too. Or a map to more gold. I'm also staring at this like one non-netherite tool in my inventory, and it just sticks out like a big diamond sore thumb. Part of me really wants to go just get some more netherite so I can finish that off. Oh, we've already been to this boat. Look at that. Which means I'm sure we've been into the other chest as well. Okay, I can dump that sand. Okay. It makes sense because the ship was easy to see, and we had already unlocked this part of the map. Okay, so where was the town? The town. The ruins are right here. Okay. All right. Yeah, lots of suspicious sand here. Oh, lots. Let's go ahead and get some of these without even tearing down the buildings. Let's see. And again, right here at the surface. Ooh, hey, assured. Nice. We're going to hopefully try to find a trail ruin at some time and have to excavate that. I like doing those. They take a long time. Like, that could literally be an entire 3-hour... Oh, is that a sniffer egg? I think... No, you stinker. You're coal. I'll take another one of these. Now, we're probably not getting any more unique ones, but that's okay. I don't mind duplicates. Okay, let me start... Let me take a breath of water. A breath of water. Yeah, let me take a breath of water. And let's go ahead and knock away some of these blocks so we can get to our sand a little easier and see what's going on. Okay. Oh, I hear a friend. I hear a local. Not a friend. He's very much not a friend. He's just a local. Oh, they're probably spawning down there where it's dark. But there are several buildings here, so we'll have plenty of opportunities to find an egg. Alright. Top layer can go. Top layer can go. What's in here? I'll take the coal. I don't really need some of that stuff. There we go. Alright, no suspicious on this layer. We can go ahead and shave those off. Alright, what about this layer? Nope. What about underneath the chest? No. Okay, that's okay, because we already got several from this building. It's okay that there aren't any this low. We will check up underneath this, though. We'll see if there's anything below the floor. Probably not. Nope. Okay. Good. Alright, now this building. This is a weird shaped building. I am going to take that because I do have Silk Touch, right? Yeah, this is Silk Touch. Of course it is. I'm taking those. Alright, it did make it a little... I should have waited. I should have used the light while I had it. Oh, actually, it's almost nighttime. That's why it's feeling darker. I'll clear off some of the plant light. Oh, hey, another local. This is a cool, like almost like a little town center type of building here. Oh, another one. Probably because it's starting to get dark. That's why they're probably spawning. Oof. Okay, this is supposed to be relaxing. This is not very relaxing. Okay, there's another one down here somewhere. Where are you? There you are. He's burning underwater. Cool. All right, let me sleep away this night so we don't get as many spawning. Okay. Now, where were we? We were looking at this building here. So let's get rid of some of these blocks. Get them out of our way. There's the chest. I hear another guy. Oh, come on, man. How many of you are around here? I wonder if they're spawning in a dark spot or if these were actually some of the original ones. They were just in neighboring buildings, probably. Because usually there's a few that are kind of like already here at these places. Alright, there's a suspicious sand right at the top. Let me make sure there isn't any more. Okay. I'll take the cold. I'll take the nugget. Luck of the Sea. Do we have like a super fishing rod yet? Probably not. I bet I will take Luck of the Sea 3. That can be very, very useful. Oh, hey, we got a copper. You can get off of one of them. And you know what we can do? We can bundle up some of these onesie-twosie things. Uh-oh, what's happening? I'm drowning. What's happening? There we go. We bundle up the onesie-twosie things to get them out of our inventory. There we go. Get rid of those. And we'll hold on to these. There we go. Perfect. Now, let's find ourselves an egg. Or another wooden hoe. Anything up here? Any of those suspicious? No. Okay, this layer. Surely there's at least one. A piece of corn. Corn. Let's see. Any more suspicious ones around here? Doesn't look like it. Let me get up underneath some. Oh, there's one. Oh, look at hiding underneath the plants. I gotta clear the plants. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I just went into swim mode. By accident. Alright, let's get this top layer one off. These here, these here. I am drowning again. As good as this water breathing is, it's not infinite, that's for sure. So I just got done rewatching the Hunger Game movies this week. Those are really good. I really enjoyed those. The first 4. Yeah, cool story, very well done. I kind of like how it ends with the good president kind of being just as corrupt as the old one, you know, and then her having to take her out. That was pretty cool. That guy wasn't carrying anything. Yeah, and then I noticed that there were some new ones. I think Netflix has one that came out a couple years ago that was like a prequel. And I started watching that. I didn't like it as much. I need to finish it. I got too tired to watch the whole thing. Were there any more suspicious on this layer? No. No. Okay. Yeah, I need to finish it. I didn't like it as much as the original ones. One thing I didn't like about it, they do this with a lot of prequel type movies, right? Where they take like the villain from the original and then they give him like a backstory to make them like a sympathetic character. And well, you know, he started out good and then he got corrupted by society or by the actions of someone or whatever. And it's just like, okay, fine. But like, I really like the idea of like, can't villains just be villains? Like did Darth Vader have to be a little kid who then got upset at Obi-Wan and then turned bad? Like, couldn't he just have been just an evil, ruthless dictator? Or, you know, like the Wicked Witch. Couldn't the Wicked Witch have just been evil? You can tell I watched the first Wicked movie, didn't really love that for that reason. Anyway, so with this prequel, it's like the guy who ends up becoming President Snow, it's kind of, he's, I don't know, young, like 18, like college student age. And of course, he starts out as a very empathetic character, a good guy, and all of that. I'm assuming by the end of the episode, he'll not be so good. Is that an egg? No, that's a coal, isn't it? I don't know. I didn't only saw the first like probably 2/3 of the movie because I got too tired. But yeah, that's. I mean, it's fine. People can, tell the story you want to tell. That's fine. I'm not one of these like, oh, you ruined the movie. Nah, I'm not one of those people. But I am a big fan of like, can't villains just be villains? Like, why not? Couldn't he just have been like a big jerk his whole life, which is why he was okay with like all the bad stuff he did. And I remember even like, because I like horror movies too, right? And of course I grew up in the 80s, so I grew up with all the classics like, Freddy Krueger and all of that. And in one of the more recent, like kind of, it wasn't like a sequel, it was like a reimagining of it or whatever. They started turning Freddy Krueger into like, he was actually kind of a good guy. And it's just like, no, he is Freddy Krueger. He kills. Freddy Krueger does really bad things, and he was always evil, and there was no way you're going to try to make it where he was misunderstood or something. I mean, I think they did save themselves where it's like eventually it was revealed that he really was evil, but like I didn't even like that half the movie was suggesting that he wasn't. Is there another building over here? There is another building. There's 2 more buildings. Excellent, because we're not finding any eggs. Anyway, movie makers. All you movie producers and directors and writers that are watching my channel right now. Sometimes you can just let the villains be bad guys. Let's see. Come on, Sniffer Egg. Ooh, another sherd, though. I'm cool with all the sherds. Take that. Hey, there's a buried. We've probably been to this buried treasure since I'm guessing that the boat that we saw earlier that we had already, the boat that we noticed earlier that we had already been in. I'm guessing there was probably a buried treasure map in it. If there was, it was probably the same map. So let's see. Let's break some of these. But you know what? We can. Oh yeah, look, we're so close to it. We can check it out while we're here. Alright, let's see. Any more suspicious sand in this building? Okay, let me knock out some of these. No. And it seems like this bottom, this floor, there's never really any below this. Yeah. Alright. Now let's go over to that building. Have we been in that one? No. I was gonna say it looks like I've already been here and knocked out all the blocks. It's just the way it's sitting in the. That's weird. Have I done this building already? Because I'm not seeing. I feel like I have because there's nothing down there. I'm losing track because I'm talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Is this the whole thing? Did we just discover everything in here? Let's look for any other buildings on the outskirts. Nope, I think that was it. Okay, so let's evaluate what we got. We don't need these blocks. We don't need to bother ourselves with those. There we go. We got 4 sherds so far. Okay. I feel like we could be doing better than that, but hey, the whole beggars and choosers thing. Okay, so let's see. That was that one. Let's try to find one more. And if we can't find a friend for our sniffer, we'll just we'll figure out something. Let's see. Looking for what looks like might be. See, now there's more warm ocean going down this way too. See, they're so hard to find. They're hard to spot on this map because they kind of blend in and they have the seagrass and stuff growing all on them, so they're kind of hard to spot. That looks like just patches of clay. That could potentially be one. I bet that is. So where is that? That is to the southwest in this same kind of lake area. Okay, southwest. That way. Past this center island part over here. Am I going the right way? Where did I say that was? We'll just fly this way, see if we can spot it from the air. But there's actually a newer Hunger Games movie. I don't think that one's on Netflix. And I think I saw that was a thing, and then that made me... And then I noticed that this other one... Is that what I was thinking was probably... No, I hope that wasn't it. Nope, this is probably it. Yep, there you go. That's definitely one right there. Nice. Okay, I'm going to declare it now. This one will have a sniffer egg. Oh, it looks dark enough to sleep. It's not. I have to wait till 1832. But yeah, so I guess I'll finish up this Hunger Games prequel and then see. I don't know what the new one is. Is it a continuation of that or what? I don't know. All right. Okay. Where was it? I landed and got all twisted around. There it is, right there. Now, there's probably some locals there's a lot of locals we have to deal with. Oh, no, there's there's one right in front of us. Come on, buddy. Boom. How many hits are these guys going to... Oh, I wonder if this is like one of those, like... What do they call them? Like the zombie captains or something silly. Oh, my gosh, look at this. I don't like that they added this, where they got like these super zombies that take 1,000,000 hits. That's kind of dumb. Let's clear out the rest of these guys. There's several of them coming, man. Maybe that guy's gonna have like the luck 3 or whatever, and I'm gonna finish off my super fishing rod. Come on, guy. No fishing rod. Okay. Oh, look at the little bobblehead one. Oh. The new baby villagers and zombies to me look like bobbleheads. Okay. Another one. Come on. Okay, now. Can I raid your home now? Are you guys done trying to fend me off? Alright, let's go ahead and switch out the rockets for some pickles. And we'll start looking for some stuff. There's already suspicious. This one's still pretty light up here. I could probably... I'll lay down a few just to get some brighter lights. Okay. Alright. Sniffer egg. That looks like wheat. Sniffer egg? I hear someone. See, at least that one's iron. It's not wood. I hear a guy. Where are you at? Oh, he's right there. Okay, see, 2 hits when they're not the super zombies. I had no idea that was even added to the game. And I think I was watching like one of Zink's streams or something. And then it came up and I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? What are these zombies? What are they talking about? And I just assumed that no one knew what they were talking about. But of course they all knew what they were talking about. Because only smart people watch Zink. Alright, there's a couple more suspicious sands down here. I see 3. That is plenty of opportunity. Oh, look at the sea 2. I'm not going to waste my time carrying a 2 around. Ugh. If that was luck of the sea... Okay, that was the bubbles. That looked like a sherd coming up there. Which I'll be more than happy to take a sherd. And an emerald, which means the third one's going to be an egg. Egg. Wheat. You know what? You don't even deserve to be dug up. You're just wheat. Okay. And I'm pretty sure we've determined that there's none underneath this kind of bottom layer of the build. Oh, I'm drowning. Oh, okay, you know what? I can get breath on this right here. There we go. Yeah, there's none, no more underneath that. Okay, and we've already looked in there. Great. So let's bundle those up. All right. This one next. This one's going to have a sea lanterns that we can steal. That's good. All right. You know, this is getting kind of dark over here, so we can... Why can't I put... Okay. I guess I wasn't targeting the block right. Clear out some of this. I love anything that's insta-mine, even if it's just punching grass like this. It's always so satisfying. Alright, let's go ahead and just drop some pickles down here to light up this side of everything as well. Okay. Let's look for the suspicious sand. Okay, am I seriously not seeing any suspicious sand in this one? Sometimes these big ones are deceptively bad with like chests and suspicious sand and stuff. I wonder if it's like this thing is hiding part of the building. Not really. Okay. Okay. Man, see, big, huge building like this, and it doesn't give you anything. Alright, let me get my pickles back. Alright, where'd those pickles go? Okay. Here's a building. Here's two buildings. Is that one? Oh, here's one. Alright, let's do this one first. It's more toward the surface. Yeah, I already see some suspicious... I can't even say the word anymore. Sus sand. We're just going to say sus sand. My mouth can no longer say the full word. Alright. Let's get these top layers off. That doesn't need to be there, or that. Anything good? More coal? I'll take coal. Curse of... Ugh. We don't need you. Alright. Egg. Gosh, guys, I really didn't think this... I mean, I'm already over 45 minutes into this. That's okay. I'm having fun. I like the look and feel of doing these War Motion ruins. I like the sand and the sandstone, and I always do enjoy the archaeology mechanic. I think it's fun. A lot of people think it's very pointless. You mostly don't get a whole lot of useful stuff out of it, but I like the sherds and I like doing it. It's fun. So, well, this one had a lot of sus sand and it had like nothing worth keeping, did it? What did we get? A nugget. No, the sherds. What am I talking about? Ooh, hey, that one snort. That was the sniffer. Alright, and I think we've determined that nothing underneath that bottom layer has... Well, you know, I feel like I just can't let it go. Like, I'm right here. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Let's get rid of those. Okay, now let's go to those... Let's get a breath of air. And there were those two buildings that were a little bit deeper, which were over here. Let's do this one first. And let's go ahead and get some of these down here. Get some light. Now, this part of this might be buried underneath this bit of sand, so we'll have to be careful about that. And then there's going to be one right next to us here. I'll go ahead and get some pickles down here to remind ourselves. There we go. There's at least one sus sand there, I saw. There's one there. Alright, let's go ahead and get some breath. Okay, come on, egg. We found the first one pretty quick, I feel like, if I remember correctly. Or at least it definitely didn't take this long to find the first one. I think that was just a wooden hoe. Alright, let's peel off that layer. There's one there, and there's one there. And there's possibilities that the building itself goes underneath this rock. Yeah, see, there's one. Nice. I'm glad I looked. Because whenever they're into the side of the walls like this, sometimes the build itself actually goes deeper. There we go. Okay, let's get some breath on this thing. Sometimes for the really deep ones, these ocean ruins, I like to actually bring magma blocks down with me so we can breathe on them when we have to. Oh, wheat. That's not good. And, what is this? Another piece of corn. And where was the third? There was a third one, right? Yeah, there it is. Come on, be your... Oh, it's a shirt. I like the shirts. I'm not gonna the shirts. What's in here? Another buried treasure. Let's like not look at this one, and we might be able to hang it up looking all cool and junk. Like hang it on a wall or something. Okay, let's go ahead and bundle those. Let's where'd those pickles go? Come back, come back. There we go. Let's get some breath and then go over to this building and hopefully, jeez. I'm thinking this is the last one. This is the last ocean ruin. If I don't want to spend the entire episode looking for one sniffer egg. So if there isn't one here, then he just doesn't have a friend for now. Alright. And then we get to only use one name for now. Alright. Here is a sus sand. That looks like an iron axe. Okay. There's one right there. There's one right there. There's one. There's four. 4 opportunities. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay. Let's first look in the chest. Hey, maybe another one that we can make. Not view it. View. Not view. Oh my. I cannot English. Not viewed, so it stays like with no fill in it. Okay. You guys know what I'm saying. Okay. There we go. Come on. There we go. It's like the game knew. It knew that I said this is the last one, and then I'm done with it. So it was like, I need to throw this guy a bone, or he won't do this archaeology thing anymore. Nice. Okay, cool. We got our one sniffer egg. Oh, look at it is so late up there. I need to sleep. You can sleep underwater. I know I mention this every time I do it, but you can sleep underwater in this game. And you sleep in an air bubble too, which is really cool. Okay. Let's bundle up that sniffer egg and then ski-daddle. Get our pickles back. Where'd they go? There they are. Now, I do want to see, I'm assuming that we have probably already explored this. Oh, this is now a different one, isn't it? Oh, because we were over by the pirate ship. The pirate ship. I always call them pirate ships. So I wonder if these are the same one. These are different. Okay. All right. Okay, this one is to the south and to the east. Okay, you know what I need to do? Get a rocket. Flying out of the water is very, very difficult. There it goes. South, east. Let's go east. Almost there, almost there. Okay, let's get this one in this hand. That one I'm not going to touch because I want to leave it unviewed so that we can like hang it on a wall or something. Okay. Okay, that's about right there, and then we go straight to about right there. Boom. Hey, there's our more gold. Nice. Potions of water breathing, those would come in handy. Alright, now... Okay, so now this one is used, and this is the other one that we are relatively close to, because we want to go east and a little bit north. There it goes, okay. Now this is the one that I feel like we might have already uncovered because it was near a sunken ship. There was also a sunken ship nearby that we had already been in. So therefore I'm assuming that this is one that we've already looked at. But I don't know that for a fact. Yeah, it was here where we found it. Yeah. Oh, right there. Right. Oh, I don't see a dig. I don't see I don't see a dig hole. I just turned into like a caveman. I no see dig hole here. Let's see. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, we've been here. Okay. Now this one I'm gonna leave untouched so that we can actually make a decorative thing with it. Cool. All right, let's go back home. Let's go back home. So home is where the heart is. Home is the portal directly south, down here. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna have to. So we get to name 2 of these. Well, one of them has to hatch first. It'll have plenty of time to hatch because we're gonna build a little farm to farm their seeds, and I want to make the pen that they're in not like super constrictive. I want them to have room to like walk around and because I like the way they kind of walk and the way they kind of lope around is kind of cool. So I want to give them enough space. I really don't have any plans yet for how I'm going to lay things out, even though I've been clearing the land at home. So I don't really... Nothing is really planned as far as what's going to go where. So I could really just put this little patch of Sniffer farm anywhere and then just build around it. Here's our portal. Here we go. All right, so back home, the torch always leads the way. There we go. That one is home, because that is our ladder down. Oh, you know, we got another one of these to add to our wall here. Hey, you just got a friend. Let me go ahead and plant the new egg. There you go. Over here on our piece of moss where the other one was hatched. There you go. And we can go ahead and... Oh, we don't have any more of those. We need some of those. We need some of those to make them. Sure. All right. So, There. You go there. And our map, for now... Oh, our map can go in the library. Seems like a smart place for a map. I tell you what, the map can go like right here. I wonder if we can put it like down like that. That looks kind of funny, doesn't it? Because there's really like no land on this map. This is a terrible, this is like the worst map for this. Oh man. It's such a not very interesting looking map because of that. Oh, that actually that looks bad. We'll do that in the future, but with a different map. Because that just looks like a weird blurry video glitch. I don't even know why I'm keeping it. I probably won't use it then. That's okay. All right, let's put some of this stuff away. So we've got Lure 3, Luck of the Sea 3, Unbreaking, and Mending. There's our super fishing rod. All right, we're gonna do that. Let's put these potions in here. Put our pickles away. Even though that's horse armor, it also gets these guys. This mending pickaxe. Or do any of these fortune? No, those are fortune yet. I like getting a fortune 3 golden pickaxe because you don't really use it for anything at all, but you use it for harvesting crops, and because it doesn't take away the health. So, okay, and this is gonna go here. Restock those. Restock those. All right, and then finally, let's see what is in our bundle. Very nice. That goes back in there. So we've got a diamond, some emeralds, some of those. Oh, we had plenty of gold. I'm not hurting at all for gold. Okay. I'm guessing these are in the random blocks, yes, and the sherds for now will go in here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Nice. Very good. So now, a couple decisions we have to make about the Sniffer farm. Where is it going to be? And how big of a spot do you... Oh my gosh, that was a little too much. How big of a spot do you guys going to get? When his nose went up, it went right in my face. Let's go ahead and take a view here. Eventually, I'm going to probably automate those. But that doesn't mean I can go ahead and steal their lots right now. Let's go ahead and make... Let's make the sniffers out here near the water's edge. We have plenty of water's edge, so if I want to do a cool build of some kind on the water's edge... Oh, that's a loud truck. Okay, just let that pass. Because I notice often if I stop speaking, you guys won't hear it because the microphone kind of activates with my voice, and then you can hear the loud trucks. Let's put the Sniffer farm here. So they have this nice, beautiful ocean view. And if we decide we want to do an oceanfront build of any kind, there's plenty of oceanfront around here. We could always like extend something out if we wanted to. So let's do that. These guys are going to have oceanfront view. So now we have to decide how big of a space they're going to get. I want them to have plenty of room to roam around. But I also need it all covered with track. So if it's too big, it becomes a little hard to cover, but we got plenty of materials, right? So we can make lots and lots of track. We don't need a ton of powered rails because it's just going to be a simple... I mean, we have plenty of that stuff to make them if we need them. Let's go ahead and get some sticks out of here. Let's get some iron. Okay, now. Powered rails. we go. We got 20 powered rails. That should be more than enough of those. Let's go with rails. 64. So 64, that'd be 8 by 8 plus some of this to expand it out a little bit more. I feel like that's still pretty small. If it was like a, and it doesn't have to be square. It doesn't have to be square, as long as the rails can get around it. Say they were going to be oceanfront. Let's say they're actually at ocean level. And we'll put a little fence around them. I don't think they'll go into the water, but we might still... I don't think they'll go into the water. Nah, they're not going to go into the water. And drowns aren't going to come up and bother them either, right? So we could give them an area. So let's give them a... Let's just flatten some of this out. The whole thing isn't going to be for them, but them just sitting in a weird little shallow part is going to look funny. So we're going to extend the shallow part a little bit. Hello, rain. Okay, that feels kind of natural, like a bit of a more natural curve. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, that feels good to me. And we're going to take out some of this wall so that these guys have a true ocean front. Okay, now, how much of this do I want to be their roaming grounds? Because remember, all of this is going to have to be tracks. So if we go, let's see, let's go with like, oh, see, but if they can roam all the way up to the shore, I do want to keep them from getting all the way to the water because I don't want the carts to have to go out this far. Because everywhere where they can walk, they can stop and sniff up a seed, and then if the cart cannot get to where they just dug up, then their seed won't get picked up. Maybe I can put some little bushes or something around the... Yeah, I think they are going to be boxed in. They're just going to be near the ocean side. Not just, yeah, not directly exposed to the water, but near it. So let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go with... I don't want it to just be a square. I would rather it be something more decorative, but since I am trying to collect their seeds, I kind of feel like I have to make it not too complex. That'll be fine. I'll put like some double high bushes to keep them in the pen, but then I can maybe like build some of the bushes out a little bit so that the bushes feel like they're not as square. But I could also do something like, you know, I could put some little nooks in their thing like this. So it's not exactly square, but it still will work with the rail tracks pretty well. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I think that looks good, and that gives me room to put a little border around here, a border of bushes. When I say bushes, I really just mean like 2 high leaf blocks. Something that they can't jump, basically something that they can't hop over, essentially. I just don't want them to get out of the area without, and I just don't feel like having them be like fences. I'd rather it look a little bit more decorative than just like fences and walls. Yeah. That'll be cool. Okay. All right, so now let's go ahead and set up how the mine carts are going to go. So their mine carts are going to go down on this level here. I need Millie for this. Millie is good at decorative stuff, but also she really likes the sniffers. And she always makes pretty little places for the sniffers to be. I mean, sometimes she does make a simple boxy thing, but she also does like to make them like really nice and pretty. I wonder if I'll be able to put plants. Like if I put some flowers and stuff, will that prevent the sniffers from like getting down on the ground and sniffing? Hopefully not. Okay, so now, as far as the collection system, I don't have to do anything complex. I can literally have... Okay, I keep taking away my way out. Okay, there we go. Let me go ahead and get at least one hopper, maybe a couple in case I want to chain them a little bit to get them away from the edge. Hoppers. Let me make a few hoppers. What do we have a lot of? A lot of jungle wood. Do I have chests? No. Alright. Let's make this entire stack into chests. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to need a few hoppers. Let's just make a... 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just make a few. I mean, we're going to use them eventually, right? Okay. Now, I don't have to do anything fancy with the collection because kind of like we did for the spiders here, right? So because there's no like redstone to stop the cart just comes up and it just keeps going, right? Because it doesn't get enough strings to make this not empty them out fast enough, right? Like this is plenty of a pace to empty out any strings that this catches. And this sniffer farm is going to be even more so. Like they're only going to sniff up seeds every now and then, and that's more than enough for a cart to just roll over a hopper without having to have like a weird collection system. And when I say collection system, what I'm talking about is something where it comes up and stops, and then it waits till it unloads, and then it releases back. Something you would put something like that on like a frog light farm, because there's enough stuff with every pass that would require you to have... I'm sorry, I'm talking and thinking at the same time. If every pass of the cart leaves the cart so full that it cannot empty out with a quick run through, then you need a mechanism to stop it, to empty it, to then put it going forward. This is only going to have one seed every now and then. It's enough to let the cart just roll over the hopper without stopping and just dump what it has. So I'm going to put... I honestly probably just need one chest. This isn't going to... I mean, if I end up needing double chest for this, that's fine, but... There we go. So now we can put a simple access to that chest. We can do something with a... if I was up here, I can still access it, right? Yeah. So all I would need is a trap door or something here to hide that. I'm going to put that facing this way. It just feels right. There we go. I did it sideways thinking it would be a double chest. So this can just be like a trap door, and then we open it and then access that. So let's get a trap door of some kind. What's going to look okay sitting in the middle of the green grass? What's going to look less conspicuous? Do we have green netherwood already? Nether. Yeah, let's make trapdoors out of this. Oh, it's that kind of see-through-y kind, isn't it? It's fine. It's fine. It's good. We're good. We can see through it. You'll see the dirt through it. That's kind of weird. That's okay. I'm not going to complain about it. I could line it with moss. Then it would look more grassy up underneath it. We could do moss. We could totally do moss. And we just put some more moss around. Oh, yeah. Because the moss makes thematic sense because they... Hey, speaking of growing up on moss, do we have a baby? Baby. Did he grow up already and then run away? There he is. Look at you. I'm tempted to keep him at... You know what? We might breed these and make... I'm guessing... Okay. I'm all excited now. I'm guessing the babies don't sniff up the flowers. Probably the adults have to. But if we got like 2 adults sniffing up flowers, we could make 2 little babies. And we could use all 4 of these names. And then keep them as babies so that... Because we don't need them to all be sniffing up flowers, but we can just keep... I'm getting all excited and I'm forgetting what my goal here was. My goal here was to get some moss. You know what we do? Let's just start with lining our little hole here with moss so that the green isn't as... dirt isn't visible through the trapdoor. And then we can strategically place moss around where we want it. There we go. I was thinking about just using bone meal and making a ton of moss, and I realized that I didn't really need to go that far with it. Yeah, so now when you look down there, you don't see a bunch of ugly dirt because you're going to be able to see it through this trap door. Ugh. I mean, I guess that sticks out like less of a sore thumb than than any of the other woods. Than any of the other woods would. Okay, so I'm thinking we have a ton of redstone, right? Can we use just redstone blocks instead of trying to dig down with torches? We don't have a ton of redstone. We do not have a ton of redstone. All right, fair. Fair enough. So to get into the... So if we're going this way, and we go this way, and then we turn and go, but then we have to turn and go, oh, that's these nooks are going to kind of make it awkward, aren't they? They don't have to be even. None of this has to be even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I knew it. As soon as I put this down, I noticed that it was not... Okay. Speaking of even, I'm now making their farm odd-shaped. Odd-sized. So that trapdoor access is exactly in the middle. There we go. Okay, now... I'm going to start laying down track, and then we'll do the... powered ones after. I wonder, can we kind of do it like it's going around like this? That joins up then. I don't like that. So then we kind of bring it back this way. And then we go this way. And then we go... I need a lot more rail, don't I? I just wanted to make an endless loop without getting silly, so I'm trying to make it to where I'm not going to be forced to crisscross itself. It's like playing that old computer game. I remember it as being Tron. I don't know if Tron was where the game started or if that was a thematic overlay of the game, but it was like the 2 Tron cycles riding around and you're trying to... Oh no, this is more like the snake that can't eat its tail. This is more like that video game Snake. where the snake goes around and you have to avoid eating its own tail and all of that. That's what that feels like to me. Feels like what we're doing here. Tron is the two things going around, and you're trying to make it to where the other one runs into your light trail. Okay, so now we bring it this way. And now we can bring it back this way. This one we're going to connect like that so that we can curve around, back around. Oh, don't connect. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. Let's do this. And then we'll do this. That's how you do that. And then it comes back around to here, and then it joins up. Nice. Look at that. We have a continuous track. Awesome. And we have 20 powered rails to squeeze in here in different places. There's no way I'm going to math out how many blocks in between a powered rail. So the first thing I'm going to do is just right up this middle. So we're going to go like that. Of course, there's stone. I have to switch tools. And then like that. And then like that. And then like that. Let me do that again. And again. And so on and so forth. We'll do these on the straightaways, and then we'll do like because this straightaway doesn't have one, we'll put like one on that end and one on that end, and we might even stick some on these little corners, these little end bits. That should be more than enough, as long as it just doesn't stop. That's all. We don't care how fast it goes around the track, just as long as it doesn't stop. This is cool. This is the first time I think I've made an actual sniffer farm. Oh yeah, we got more than enough. Yep, so then we can put one on like either side of this just to make sure that it gets some speed around there. Doesn't slow down or stop on this straightaway. And we'll just do another one here just to make sure it's going over this collection thing. And we have enough of them. It's okay if we use too many. And now I kind of want to put them on these ends here. So we'll put one here. And on this side, we'll put one. This is a big loop. We'll put one here. All right, now let's go get a cart with a hopper in it. And then we'll make sure that this works really well. And then we'll bring our sniffers over to their new home. All right, carts. They're going to be in the redstone box. I don't have one. We'll have to make one. Okay, just while I'm here, I can dump some of this. All right, so we're going to need iron. And a hopper. There's our cart, and then there's our hopper cart. Cool. All right. I'm assuming that this is going to be more than enough powered rails to keep this thing going, but we will see. Oh yeah, it's going pretty quick. Okay, yeah. Okay, those go pretty quick. These are a little bit longer. They're going it slows down a little bit getting to that one, but it looks like it's pretty good. Slows down a little bit there, and then it slows down a little bit around that bit, but it's keeping enough momentum, I think. I don't think we're going to have any problems with this thing stopping. Cool. And that gets every square underneath this area. Perfect. I went and put all my dirt in the chest. I don't have any dirt left. That was silly. So what I was thinking I wanted to do Let's see. Let me get some of that dirt back. For now, I need to mark where the border is. So let's go ahead and mark it with Oakleys. Yeah. Because I don't want to use walls and fences for these guys. I feel like they don't deserve walls and fences. They deserve a nice little, like, a bushy border. It is going to have to be too high because they can jump over this. I need to sleep. I need to sleep. We are... All of this should be pretty well protected. Now, I pulled up some torches here, but the rest of this home should be all full. Like, everything that I dug out and then even into the hills, I lit up. So we should have, like, nothing spawning out here anymore. Well, drowns can still spawn, so that's especially why this is still up. So we got to be careful about those guys. All right, and then see, we kind of round these out a little bit. We still have more than enough of these. All right, and then we're going to build them too high. And we can do something a little bit nicer than this eventually, but I just want to kind of get it here first so that they can... Oh, hold on. Before I box myself in. Now let's go ahead and overlay the dirt. There we go. So, you know, that's going to roll around underneath this layer of grass. And this is where the sniffers will be sniffing up their seeds. And then when that cart runs up underneath it, it'll pull them down into the cart. And then it'll dump it here when it rolls over that. And like I said, there's no way that these things are going to form enough that that cart is going to fill up too much, you know. At most, we're going to have 2 seeds sniffed up at the same time, and then literally it's just 2 trips around the thing is enough to dump them. There we go. Nice. Okay. We can think about decorating this thing up a little bit more. I may do some of that off camera. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. But first... let's get our little sniffy fellas into their little sniffy pen. And then hopefully the other one will be grown up soon enough, and then we'll get names on them. Oh, that's right. It doesn't pop off now when you do that. Come on. Come on. There we go. And we're going to need to get you up over this. Come on. There you go. Come on down. There's your new home. Okay, good thing you're slow, because I'm going to have to do this to get out. Oh. There we go. All right, now let's find your baby. Well, it's not your baby. You didn't have this baby. This egg was laid in a different part of the ocean than you're from. This is like your sibling or your cousin. We'll say cousin, because they were born about their eggs were just as old, and they were born in different towns. They're cousins. Look at this thing like freaking out when I'm pulling it. I'm sorry, man. All 6 of those little legs are just. Poor little thing. I feel bad. Poor thing's having a seizure or something. Come on, up, and then we're going to pull you in. There you go. Now, we're going to let you grow to be an adult, and then we're going to make some eggs, and we're going to get some babies. So let's go ahead and make the 4 name tags now so you guys can see what all the names are going to be. And we can randomly pick which 2 are going to be the adults. All right, so we're going to need 4 nuggets of some kind. I'm guessing it's going to be gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 sheets of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we had, let's see. I love this one. Chelsea suggested Marley because they kind of look like Rastafarians. I love that name. That's so good. I love it. Next one was from Christine. This one was great. It's Sniffy Snifferton. Sniffy? Snifferton. The reason why I laugh because it reminds me of, I think, one of my favorite things that has ever come out of the internet, which was Bodie McBoatface. I feel like that is peak internet. Like, that was just so funny, and it's wholesome and hilarious. Bodie McBoatface is just, it puts a smile on my face every time I think about Bodie McBoatface. All right, and Snuffy was, oh, not Sniffy, Snuffy. Snuffy was from Terry. I like that one. That is awesome. And now this one, I went back and forth on this. So this is from Josh and April. And they suggested, first of all, incredibly great name. I gotta make sure I'm spelling this right. Snuffleupagus. There we go. Of course, from Sesame Street. But I'm tweaking this one. Because it's a sniffer, it's going Sniffleupagus. Sniffleupagus. There we go. So this is Josh and April's, but tweaked by me. Sniffleupagus. I love it. All right, so let's randomly choose which 2 are going to be the adults and then which 2 will be the babies. So let's go ahead and put a dropper. Boom. And we're going to put all 4 of those in there. And we're going to get something to activate it with. We'll do a lever this time. We did button last time. There we go. All right. These will be the adults. We got this one. And that one. Those will be the adults. The adults are Snuffy and Sniffleupagus. Awesome. That one probably still hasn't grown up yet. So, as Millie taught me, when these guys grow up as adults, they could suffocate because they go from being this big to this big. But since they're surrounded by bushes, they shouldn't actually suffocate. So you are Sniffleupagus, and you are Snuffy. Part of me, when I saw Snuffy, I really wanted to call it Snuffy the Vampire Slayer. But I went with Snuffy. I didn't want to change it that much. All right. Now, once Sniffleupagus grows up to be an adult, we can get, well, that'll only get our first egg. We need to get 2 eggs for our 2 babies. This no longer has to be moss. All right. Let's think about decorating that place up just a little bit. I don't want to go overboard with it, at least not right now. We'll decorate it up a little bit right now. I should probably put those wood types over here. I will eventually. Okay, some of this stuff I can just throw into a dump chest. Dump chest some of that. There we go. Bring out the moss. You know what? That's not enough to dump chest. I can put these away. Stone. Granite. Chest and sticks. And clobberstone. There we go. We'll keep out some of these leaves for now. Let's see. Let's keep some of our moss because I feel like I kind of want to moss up a little bit of the surrounding area, but I don't want it to go crazy because I don't want it to get down into their pen. You know what? I have actual bone meal over here. Yeah, a lot of it. I've been cooking logs. I would basically get a bunch of these logs because when I took down that surrounding wood fence, when I was doing all that, I cooked up a bunch of logs, and I was using mainly because like I have to keep making torches, so I want a bunch of charcoal, and I was using the lava buckets to fuel the furnaces to make the charcoal. So that was pretty efficient, I thought. I can put these away. All right. I'm assuming that the sniffers will be able to sniff even if they're walking through a flower. Oh, we can give them some actual... Did I not get rose petals? How did I get these trees and not get rose petals? I was going to say, because we can put some of these types of flowers on the ground, as well as like some other... Maybe we just... The ground is just the smaller type, the low flowers, right? Because they're tromping around. These tall flowers are never going to have time to grow the way these guys are constantly stomping around. Did I not get rose petals? Well, now, did I get those trees from an actual cherry grove? That's the question. It was probably so long ago that I got those. I don't remember because those we could have gotten a tree from a we could have gotten a sapling from a wandering trader and not have ever even gotten to a all right, cheaty map. Have we actually found... We might not have actually found a cherry vine. I feel like we did though. When we found there just recently, whenever we found the this, where we found that, we saw this. Did we not actually have a cherry biome before that? I bet you this tree probably came from a wandering trader trade. And I don't see one closer. Okay, I want to go out there and get those, get some of these pink flowers. Because I think you can use bone meal to grow more. That's quite a bit of flying. Let me think about that for a few moments. Okay, so let's go ahead and put down some of these. So now we should be able to just bone meal these, right? Yeah. Nice. And I think the same thing goes for the pink ones. Oh, you know what? While I was doing that, the cart could possibly have picked some up. Okay. And I'm assuming that their little sniff ability will still happen even with the flowers. I didn't bring any junk blocks to like get out of here with. You know what? These have silk touch. Have they sniffed up any yet? No, he hasn't. Snuffy hasn't. Do you think that's a big enough spot for them to walk around? Now I feel like they actually feel kind of confined, especially now. If we get 2 adults and 2 babies walking around, they'll be fine. We could always make it bigger later if we wanted to. They're fine. They'll be fine. Let's get some moss going around this little area here. Hopefully that didn't extend down. Or I mean across this. Because we don't want this to be moss. Because I don't think they can... I think they have to be on grass to sniff up the flowers. I don't know that for sure, though. I could be completely wrong about that. Dang it. Yeah, that's happening. Okay. I need to be careful about that with this stuff. You know what? I'll just replace the ones that I'm just going to keep going. I'll just replace the ones that become dirt. I'll replace the dirts in there that become moss. Oh, I seriously run out of bone meal. Oh. Did he just do it? He just laid down. Did he sniff up a thing? I just realized that they can hop on those. I just saw him laying down. I wonder if he found a seed. Let's get some more bone meal, and then I need to get some dirt to replace. I have some grass. Let me get some more. That should be more than enough. Oops. Let's see. Let's finish mossing up the area around here. There we go. That looks good to me. Boy, how long does it take you to age? I feel like it, I feel like it has been long enough for you to not still be a baby. The minecart should pick up all of those. No, move, please. Move. I don't want to walk in you because that's like horrifying. Okay, I'm going to have to do that to move you out of the way. No, here, okay. Just move. Move, please. No, move, no. I don't want to walk inside you. It's a nightmare inside there. Okay, there we go. Okay, I hope these flowers don't interfere with his ability to sniff up those things. Let's see if he found a seed whenever he went down earlier. Okay. I can hear the cart still going around. It didn't drop off any of the moss stuff that we just put down there. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, let me cheaty cam this. It's still working. It picked up all the stuff. That torch is probably locking that hopper. That one right there. Oh my. Yep, I bet that hopper's locked. We're going to have to move that one. I don't know. Is it though? Yeah, it probably is because the piece of grass next to it is powered. Yep, that is absolutely what happened. Okay, let's fix it. Let's fix it. I'm glad I noticed this now. So, I don't want them to fall down here. Well, I get into fly mode. Can I get into fly mode? There we go. Okay. This. That was locking, because that was powering this piece of grass, and that was locking that hopper. So that can't be there. This has to be... Oh, this has to be regular track. Or else that happens. And I bring a regular track with me. Okay, alright, I'm just going to have to replace one of these. This one. So if this one here... Alright, hit the power track and go. Go. Oh, why is that not picking up like any speed at all? Okay, so now hopefully... Oh, it's going this direction now. That's weird. Oh, okay. Well, now it's going that direction. Okay. Now, let's get out of here. Ah, okay. See, now it... Hey, look, it did. It found a torch flower seed. Oh, it's found 2. Good job, man. And it should be dumping all of the moss stuff that we dug up earlier. So let's just go ahead and get out of here. See, as it goes by, it's going to dump one thing every time it goes by. So it's going to slowly dump the moss blocks and the moss carpets that we knocked down there earlier when we were replacing them with dirts. Nice. So we actually have two of those now. So once Sniffleupagus here grows up, which I cannot believe it hasn't been long enough for him to grow up yet. Once he does, though, we'll be able to make an egg. All right, let's. I'm gonna clean up some of these because this kind of looks very messy. Yeah, I don't want this to look messy. I just want it to look like I'll put flowers or something down here instead of just like grass and bushes. Because I don't mind it looking natural, but I don't want it to look messy and unkempt either. I'm okay with the water side ones being there. Because we don't get around that way for our mower very often. Okay. Alright, let me put some of this stuff away. And then hopefully this guy will grow up soon. Alright. Moss stuff goes in here. Okay. Of course, grass seeds go in there. Put our bone meal back. I kind of want to go out to that flower forest and get some of those pink flowers. But I'm trying to decide if I should just do that off camera because that's just a lot of long flying. Let's see. So we have the 2 torch flower seeds that we've already gotten over here. Right? So that's 1 egg. And then the 2 that we've already collected over here would be the 2nd egg. So we have enough for 2 eggs, which is great. I'm surprised. I feel like it has been 20 minutes since that thing hatched. Maybe time is just moving faster than I thought it is, or it's moving slower than I feel like it should be, or something. Something's not happening the way I feel like it should be. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? We're past my mid-episode break. That's fine, though. I'm not feeling like I need a break. Do I want to fly up there and get these pink flowers? I kind of do. Let's do that. That's just a lot of mindless flying, though. If I came over here to this portal, that's at least a little bit closer. Let's do that. We'll go to the portal. We'll fly north. We'll get these pink flowers. And then we'll come back, and then hopefully this guy will grow up. I mean, he's not going to grow up while we're gone because the chunks won't be loaded. But hopefully by the time we get the flowers and then get some of those placed, then he'll grow up. We'll get an egg, and then maybe once we get our first egg, then we can go ahead and go look at the Sulfur Cave. Yeah, I want to make sure I do that this episode. I want to go over there. I spent way too much time on the sniffers. I thought this would go a lot faster. So I hope you guys were okay with how long that took. Because I really expected that would have been like tops the first 45 minutes or so. I expected that wasn't going to take long, and then we'd go to Sulfur Cave, and then we'd be doing something else. But at this rate, we're doing just this and the Sulfur Cave. Okay. No big deal. I want to start like trying to actually plan out some builds. So there's nothing about this series that has to be spontaneous, and like everything doesn't have to be created block for block on camera. I can, so like let me tell you where my thought process is going. So when I'm doing like especially when I was doing SMPs, right? Where you're doing like a week's worth of work for like one episode. It's very oftentimes you would like design the build in creative, right? And then you go in the world, and in survival you would go collect all the resources you would need for it, and either build it from screenshots and stuff, or use like the thing with the Lightmatica to bring the schematic in to help build it. And I have no problem with doing that. Some people think that's a bit cheaty, but I'm totally cool with that. But I'm thinking, and one thing I like about that is it lets me build. Oh, look at, there's another sulfur thing right there. One thing. Oh, look, it's right here. It wasn't as far away as I thought. One thing I like about that is it gives me the ability to make better builds, because I can play around with the ideas in creative a lot faster and easier than I can in survival. Right, so it's taking me forever to build this library because I'm not planning any of it, and I'm just going real time. That's why that build has taken me so long. So if I want to build cool things in this world, which I do, I can't keep taking so long to make the builds. Which means I'm going to have to start planning them out in creative first, and then spending our time here collecting the pieces and then doing the actual build and being able to put together a build in one episode, right? That's going to be a lot more satisfying for me and for you guys to say, oh my gosh, you get so many of them so fast. I really didn't need that many of them. Holy cow. It's going to be more satisfying for me and for you guys to see a build go up in one episode and be able to admire it when it's done. And yeah. So I think that's where I'm going to have to I think that's how I'm going to have to treat the builds in this world. I'm probably going to have to start planning things out in creative, planning out builds. Yeah. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to have to start doing that. I personally, like I said, I don't feel like I have to justify myself, but I'm going to anyway. I personally feel like that's a perfectly fine way to play the game. Again, I think it helps me be more creative with my builds, be a little more fancy with them, stuff like that. So that's probably what I'll start doing. So I need to think about, well, first of all, I need to finish the library. So now I think I might actually take a schematic of what we already have and finish building it out in creative so that I can just come in one episode and finish it. Because again, that has been too many episodes of building that thing little bit by little bit. And it's cool to see the building process, and it's cool to share that with you guys. So I'm not going to do every single build in creative. I think seeing the building process and the creativity in action is absolutely part of what I'm trying to share here. So that's not going to go away completely. But I also don't want to take, 15 episodes to build a library. So trying to find a good balance there. There's our portal right up ahead. Yeah, so I might do that. So what I might do then is between this episode and next episode, I think I might get the library as it is now into creative and try to finish building it out. So then I can actually finish it here in this world. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Also, some of you guys' suggestions about decorating up in there were excellent suggestions that I'm going to take. Like, you guys reminded me, of course, of armor stands. I need to use those, especially up on those shelves. Few too many paintings that take away from the windows and stuff. I totally agree with that. It is starting to look like a TGI Fridays. I put more tchotchkes on the shelves than I wanted to. And probably more posters or paintings than I should have. So I'll go ahead and make that look a little bit less tacky. Okay, so there we go. So okay. What word do you guys use for those little things that you put on shelves? There's all kinds of words. Knickknacks is what I grew up calling that. Knickknacks. I think that's the title that I used in my video or something where I said, like, adding knickknacks or something. Oh, yay, you're an adult now. Okay, hold on. Let me get them started with their seeds. Oh, look, you've already gotten another one since. There we go. Hopefully that minecart is empty by now. All right. Sniffleupagus, and Snuffy. Go ahead and make us an egg. So now, okay, let's not say that you're cousins anymore since you made an egg. Let's say that you were literally just neighbors. There we go. What am I coming off? Okay, I wanted to plant the egg. Okay, so now this egg is going to hatch outside of their pen. I'm okay with that, though. We'll have to just hunt the little thing down once it hatches. Let me get some of these pink flowers in here. Okay, what was I going with? Knickknacks. Okay, knickknacks was the word I grew up calling these things. And then I had a friend of mine who called them tchotchkes. Okay, so there's knickknacks, and then of course he calls them tchotchkes. And I remember, so one thing me and my ex used to like to do is go thrift shopping before it got popular and it got ruined. We like to go thrift shopping, and I remember there was a specific, I mean, it's like a word that I've heard before, but there was a specific thrift store who called that stuff, they had a section called bric-a-brac. So we got knickknacks, tchotchkes, and bric-a-bracs. By habit, I tend to call them knickknacks. What do you guys call them? You'll have to tell me in the comments if you do what you guys call. You know, I should put these up here with the flowers because these are flowers. They're actually flowers, so they go in here, even though they're like ground cover. Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to call me. What are those little things that we put on shelves to decorate the stuff that they're just there for decoration? What do you call them? I'm curious to know if there's something else, because those are really the only 3 words for it that I'm familiar with. Knickknacks, knick-knack, bric-a-brac, and tchotchke. I'm not going to pick a name yet because he's not born yet. He's still an egg. Okay. Awesome. All right. Let's go check out the Sulfur Cave. Let me bring... I don't need this water bucket. I need just buckets. You know what? Let me go ahead and... I'll grab 2 buckets. You know what? I want to build my super fishing rod. Okay, let's see. So this one costs 6. That costs 4. So that right there is 4. Oof. Oof. Okay, so let's put those 2 together. 13, 11, 15, 25. All right, and we're going to call this, of course, Otis Fishing Rod. Oh, seriously? Come on, I need 1 level. Fine. All right, we got some emeralds. Okay, let me go buy some carrots. That might give us another level. Hello, Mr. Farmer. There you are. Oh, that is way not enough. I thought that was going to be more than enough. But I'm used to, when I do trade, I trade for a lot more than that in one go. And I'm used to getting levels when I trade. In fact, on my super ultra hardcore world, I've so far been able to get all of the levels I've needed for enchanting and stuff from villager trading. It's kind of cool. So let's first hop over to this so we can make this fishing rod. And then we're going to go check out that Sulfur Cave. I only need half a level, so this is going to do it right here. There we go. All right. And boop, boop. Oda's fishing rod. Luck of the Sea 3, Lure 3. Yeah, that's all we need on it, right? Yeah. That is the super rod, I believe. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, I went ahead and filled up that thing so that I can make like 54 more of those. I might as well take some of these dispensers home. I'm like never going to use these dispensers. I just love the fact that I can kind of semi-automate that. I say semi-automate because I have to like preload everything except the bows. But I still love that I can do that. All right, let's put that fishing rod away and then go find ourselves some sulfur cubes. Okay. If I remember correctly, it was down this way, not very far away. And I had a really awkward way of getting down into it because I dug a not very symmetrical hole. We were there, and then we found one like over here somewhere. feel like it was kind of right in this area. Is that it? No. There it is. All right. I'm okay with taking a little bit of damage on my way down. I'm armored up for that specific reason. Okay, some of this needs to be... Oops. These are not in the order I'm used to. There we go. Wait a minute. Okay, I must have like... Okay, yeah, okay. There we go. So now we... Okay, that's right, because we had to go through the wall. I mean, this was only a week ago. My memory can't be that bad. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so now down here. Oh, no, that guy is bigger than I thought I remember. No, he's just a little bit bigger than a block. Oh, look, there's one that's stuck with the thing inside of him already. So, yeah, thank you for pointing out that it's the potent sulfur block that makes the stinky parts that make you sick. There's like... Okay, I guess these guys are just spawning, like, on their own. When I killed the first one or two, I was afraid that they weren't going to... Boop. Hey, there we go. Hey, we got two. That poor guy is stuck. So what do we... I don't know how to get it out. Probably shears. Can't you like punch him and make him move or something? A little bit. He's just going to be stuck down there getting sick from the, from the sulfur fumes, I think. Let's just take a look around while we're down here. I'll bring these guys back home and we can experiment with my idea. Okay. Okay. Now, do mobs not spawn in the Sulfur Caves? Is it like an ancient city in that sense? Because I noticed that when we came down the first time too, I really didn't see any mobs over here, and this creeper was over here outside of the sulfur area. So I wonder if that's a thing, that if mobs can't spawn in this biome. Yeah, it's what it's looking like, because I feel like there should be mobs all over this place if they could spawn here. Oh wow, yeah, this just keeps going, doesn't it? Okay. Like there was I just saw it might be a little dark for you guys. I know it always renders a little darker on YouTube. There's a skeleton over there where I'm pointing, but he's technically not in the sulfur biome. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I guess there's not a whole lot to see here, really. Oh, hey, look. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they are just like spawning the slime guys. Okay. I was afraid that there would be like, you know, it's just the ones that were here when you showed up and that's it. But it looks like they're going to keep spawning. So if we can't figure out how to reproduce them. Oh my gosh, look at their little... That's a weird looking icon. It's like a little round head sticking out of it. That's weird looking. I want to fly up there without hurting myself. Hold on a second. Oh, it's a torch in my hand, not a rocket. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. So the way out was up this way. All right. Threading the needle here. I knew that was going to hurt a little bit. That's okay. We're fully armored up in this game and totally allowed to take damage. Oh, this is what we had to do here. Okay, this is a really awkward spot. You know what I should have done? I should have brought some like ender pearls. I can get around some of these more awkward corners. It's almost dark out. Okay, there we go. Home is that way. All right, so my theory is if I put one of these guys down and then like break them into small ones, that the small ones will grow up to be big ones. Because I don't know, like you can't feed and breed any of either of the other two slimes, and the other ones are hostile, so I can see why they wouldn't grow up. Because hostile babies don't grow up. I don't know what the reasoning for that is, but it definitely wasn't part of the game back then. But I imagine it could be part of the game now because they get more creative with some of that stuff. Yeah, see how well lit up all this stuff is? This whole area is lit up, except for, of course, the ocean isn't lit up. But everything where I dug out there is nice and lit. I saw a really cool idea for a design that I could have put on the front wall, but my front wall isn't big enough. It's like 9 by 9. I've done that before. I wonder if I'm smacking myself on that little lip. Because I've done that before flying into here and took damage on the edge of that thing. Let me sleep. Alright, so my theory is that we have this guy, and then we go, and then that those two will grow up to be big. Of course, I'm guessing if that happens, it'll take them like 20 minutes. So we'll see. And hopefully they won't get, they shouldn't get caught up in there, right? Nah, they shouldn't. Alright, guys. Let's see if that works. Because otherwise, like, I assume because they're like neutral mobs and useful, like you could do stuff with them, that there is a way to breed them. But I have no idea what you would feed them. Unless, like, you could feed them, like, sulfur spikes or something silly. Of course, they'd have to be... You know, I could try that with the big guy just to see if he'll eat it. Big guy? Will you eat a sulfur spike? No. Yeah, see, I don't know what you would feed them. I'm going to put him in with the sulfur, even though he's an animal, he should go in here because this is like animal stuff. I'm gonna put him with the sulfurs for now. We'll see if these guys grow up to be large size. Just in my mind, I feel like that should work. All right, now you probably have not hatched. No, yeah, you haven't hatched yet. However, I will want a name tag and a golden flower ready because I don't want that one to become an adult. So let's get that ready. So we're gonna need a dandelion. We're gonna need 2 actually because we're gonna make 2 of these eventually. And they're gonna be surrounded by gold nuggets, I believe. Yeah, ingots would be way too expensive for this. There we go. All right, there's our 2 dandelions, and of course these are our 2 other ones. names right here. We got Marley and Snifferton. Those will be our babies. All right. I guess I'm going to have to give time for that to happen. So we got a little time to kill waiting for this thing to hatch. I mean, it's already pretty cracked. They grow on the moss. They hatch faster on moss. Like, you can put them anywhere and they'll hatch. We're back up to 5 already. You can put them anywhere. It's just the only... No, they... Okay, are the other seeds just, like, more rare? Because it has only gotten torch flower seeds so far. They can hatch on anything as far as I'm aware. It's just that they hatch faster on moss. So. All right. And after I widened my borders there, this guy, he made a run for it. He was like way the heck over there. Not in the water. He was like way over there. So I had to bring him back and tie him up. So this is going to open up this whole area here for building lots of things. And I'm just going to decide on what I'm going to start building out here. Oh, I still have these things from whenever I put them all outside the walls to protect all of our villagers. Yeah, see, look how much dirt I dug up from over here. That's stone, and then some other stuff. Some of those can be trashed. Those can be trashed. There we go. All right. So let's think about this. Okay, so I do like having farms because I think these actually look pretty cool. But I don't like harvesting these melons and pumpkins. So I feel like I want to make an automated melon and pumpkin farm. And that's something where I could make the farm and then hide it in a building. Like I could build a building around it. So that's totally doable. So wherever we make that farm, and that farm can be as big or as small as you want it. The collection is going to be like those carts. And then it's like a checkerboard like this of like pistons. And like everywhere the pumpkins would grow, there's a piston above it. And everywhere there's a stem, there's an observer above it. And then redstone dust and then on top of them. And then every time a stem changes from standing to crooked, it fires the 4 pistons around it, which breaks the pumpkins and melons. And then the carts, like we have over with the sniffers, pick up the drops and then dump them into a collection thing. And then these guys show up as melon slices, so we could put a crafter in there to turn them into full melons. And then we just come and pick them up and trade them with our farmers. So I would like to do that. And then that way some of these fields can be taken out. Because again, these don't look unattractive, but they were also temporary starter farms, right? So once we automate these, we don't need these here anymore. So let's think about that. So that's going to be something where there will be, depending on how big we make it, and then there will be basically a building built around it. Where would we want that? And it doesn't have to be like super tall. It can be, what I typically do is, well, some people make them like they stack them on top of each other, but then each cart then has to like somehow filter down to collect them, which might not be a bad thing. Or you make them big and wide like this. And one thing I discovered is I do like 2/3 melons, 1/3 pumpkins, because then the slices that come off of these give you about as many as the pumpkins are giving you. Because when these things break, like if you're not breaking them with, obviously Silk Touch, right? It comes up as a pumpkin. And if you were to do them with Fortune, I think you might get more slices. But if you were to just break them like this, right? See, this is 5. It takes 9 to make a melon, right? So if like that one gave you 5 and then this one here, right? So now you're at, a little bit more than a pumpkin. So 2 are melons. So 2 melons gave me like 1 and almost a half, not even a half, 1 1/3, right? So basically, yeah. So for every one of these, I get 2 of these, and then that way the ratio comes out relatively even to where you're getting about roughly the same number of melons and pumpkins. That was probably a whole lot of pointless explanation. I'm sorry. My brain was just going. Sorry. That's how my brain is normally thinking. Oh, hey, you are already born. So you, little one, you are going to be Sniffy Snifferton. And then your sibling will be Marley. Which you're going to stay a baby. Let me get a lead to get you over there. Oh, I could have probably fed the adults a long time ago and gotten another egg. Let's see. We want to get you in here. We might need a couple temporary blocks to get you over the lip of over the edge. All right. So you, Sniffy Snifferton, Bodie McBoatface, you're going to come up over here. Boop. Oh, I need to get in there and get that. Oh. I need to get in there so I can get this off of you. Oh, I could have done it from up above and let the minecart get it. While I'm down here, I need to get the thing that I can't get to. Hey, we got a pitcher pod finally. I'm going to take that and plant it somewhere real quick. So now you two should give me another egg. Oh, look, it's a big family hug with the little baby's nose sticking out. Where's your egg? Oh, the minecart might have picked it up. That might have been just a really well-timed minecart. There it is. All right, so now this is Marley's egg. Marley's egg, you're going to go right here. Bloop. We can keep an eye on you from afar if I can see you. All right, Marley. We'll see you in a few minutes, okay? All right. Gotta sleep. All right, let's start. Let's do that. So we've got what do we got? We got about 35 minutes or so. We gotta wait for Marley to grow up. And then we're gonna need all of that for Marley. All 3 of those things. Let's plant our pitcher pod. And then we're gonna go plan out how big we want this melon and pumpkin farm to be. Now that one does have a little bit of a, let's see, I need a one of these things. Here we go. Let's put that one here. Boop. Looks like a turnip. They should do like a, you know how you can use the shears to make a plant, like a vine, stop growing? Well, first of all, they need to do that on regular vines as well. But it would be kind of cool on like plants like this that have multiple stages to be able to stop them in certain stages. You should be able to do that on like bamboo and those things as well, sugarcane. You know, I should just get hired on by Mojang and fix everything. We need to make an automatic one of these farms too at some point. We need to make an automatic everything farm. See, this is a world. This is like, I plan on going with this world. Eventually, this is going to be like an everything is automated, and we can build whatever we want because we have all the resources. I need to finish reconnecting that wall so we don't have stupid, goofy drowns coming up. Yes, I need to not be afraid about automating in this world. I need to automate stuff so we can collect our resources as quickly as we want them. What did I just come over here for? A couple of walls. We just need a few. That's probably more than enough. Let's get over here. All right, let's go ahead and finish you off. Wall 4. That was the perfect number. All right, and then maybe as some of those seeds, we can like start planting some of them around this, so that's more indication of what's in there, that these guys are in there. I don't love their pen. We'll do something more interesting with their pen someday. I don't love it the way it is. Like, the shape is fine. I don't love that it's just a wall of leaf blocks. Okay, so melon and pumpkin farm. How big? The biggest question is how big do you want it? That's not really, I mean, that's a simple question, right? We could actually start building it. We could actually just start building it. If we're going to do that, we kind of have to do it from the ground up. And what I mean by that is, like, say we go into a building. Say it's a building that's kind of like, let's say that this will continue this road. Like, all these houses may go away. But let's just say that this is a road. And we go down the road, and then it's like, bam, here's a building. And we walk into this building, and then we pick up our melons and pumpkins, and then all up here is the melon and pumpkin farm. It doesn't have to be massive. It really honestly it doesn't have to be big at all, because it's just enough to trade with villagers for golden carrots. And really honestly, like, we don't need like dozens of chests full of pumpkins and melons. But you never know. Maybe we'll one day want to build a melon skyscraper, so we're going to need massive chests full of melons. So, when you came into this building, first of all, we're going to need to make a size of the building. And when you come in, at the ground level is where you're going to want to be able to access your pumpkins and your melons, which means the bottom is the storage. And if you want more than like a double chest, they kind of have to stack. So this initial storage can be like 4 tall or something. We can get up with like 4 double chests full, right? Something stupid. But then right up above that has to be an auto crafter for the melon slices, so that they go into the chests as full melons. The pumpkins can just drop in. And then above that is where you start the farms. And then the farms, the mine carts that are picking up the drops from the farms, drop them in, and then they go down into either the pumpkin chest or the melon auto crafter. That is the design. Got it? That's what we're building. That's what we need to plan for. So let's start planning for that. So the pickup mechanism is a little different. That's one that I usually have to look it up, because I usually get something on the placement wrong. I'll probably have to look up how to do, but we don't have to build that actual circuit right now. I'm just kind of get an idea for sizes and stuff right now. Okay. How we doing, Marley? How we doing, Marley? Okay, I can see you're trying to come out. He's cracking at that egg. All right. Let's see. But don't worry about a thing. One of these days, you're going to hatch out of that egg. Ay. Okay. I will stop that right now. Okay, so let's see. This is the corner of our building. Now, when we come in, we don't want to walk through the door and then like blam, chest right in front of us. We want to be able to walk in here and have some space. Okay? So let's say we need space to house. Okay, so we're going to have like the grid of the farm, right? And then the carts are going to come out, and one of them, they're going to dump them into a collection circuit. That circuit could be like facing this direction, right? The cart comes up, the things go that way, the cart goes back down, or technically the cart would probably come in sideways. So those circuits could be facing this way, and then they filter down. One of them filters down. It could filter down or over and then down into the chest where the pumpkins are, and one of them is going to filter down into an auto crafting circuit. So the reason why I'm saying all that is that we can have some amount of space in this building before we start the actual farms. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this will leave for an 11 by 11 size farm. Right? And say we give ourselves let's give ourselves plenty of space so we can build our circuits and not be terribly constricted. So let's say the farm actually starts here. All right, then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And these farms don't have to be square. They can be any form of rectangle because they're just going to hold a grid inside of it. And that grid can be any size you want. It doesn't have to be square, but why as well? So that is a pretty big footprint for a building, isn't it? That's an awfully large footprint for a building. So whatever this building is, so however much this farm is going to, we don't want it to be like huge, a humongous building, like super, super tall, because it already has a large footprint. And we kind of want to stick, like, I was going to say like medieval-ish. We'll say medieval-ish is going to be our theme, our building theme. Okay. How we doing, Marley? Are you still an egg? You are still an egg. Okay. Medieval-ish is our build style for this town. If this was a long building, I don't feel like it would also be tall. This isn't like a big modern warehouse or anything. So, let me get rid of this rain and this dark dreariness. So, that means we would want... Now, this farm isn't going to be on the ground because we need it to... Well, if the farm was on the ground, then the carts would have to go up to get into the collection areas to then come down into the storage. So the farm could be low. Could be down low. The collection cart comes up, and then it goes up, 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 up into the things that then filter them down in through the crafter and into the stack of storage. Oh, I need to stretch my legs. You know what? No, I got like 25 more minutes. I can do it without stretching my legs. So here's what I'm thinking. So to keep this building from getting too ridiculously looking, too ridiculously looking. That's a word. That's a set of words, isn't it? From getting too ridiculously large. Yeah, let me just... I don't want to fly away and have something spawn out here, so let me at least get enough lights in here. Oh my gosh, seriously? Okay, fine. I think I want to keep the farm one level and relatively low. We'll put the minecarts right here at ground level. Maybe we could raise it up one. We could have the minecarts going like at that level, just to get them like up into the storage just a little bit faster, into a little bit less real estate to get the ramp to go up. So if we put the carts at this level, what if we just had one level of farm? Right? And I would want it like 1/3 pumpkins, 2/3 melons. And just one... It's because the building's already going to be like 4, 5, 6 tall, right? Because we have to go up into the storage bits. Or what it could be is that the front part is taller than the back half. It could be something like that. Like I don't know what a good example is of a medieval-ish building that would be like taller on one side than it is like taller on this short side and then shorter on this long side. I don't know what kind of build that would be. Coming up with all this on the fly. All of this on the fly. So if this was a farm where it was like 2/3, so it would be like our pumpkins would be like 1, 2, 3, like 4 rows, and then we'd have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We would want another row here for the melons. Right, so then we have 4 rows of pumpkins, and you have to remember it's like a grid, so only half of those squares are actually going to grow pumpkins. So really technically 2 rows worth of actual pumpkins, and then 4 rows, 8 rows, but technically only half of those blocks have melons. I think that's going to supply us more than enough of what we need, because like how often are we going to need to actually get a bunch of those to trade? I think that's going to be enough. If we wanted to get super, super fancy, we could make 2 layers of that farm. We could have this farm that I just described. 4 rows are pumpkins, 8 rows are melons, and then we double stack it. And then that will put this whole part probably about the same height as this part's going to be, because both of those would come out into a collection that's kind of up here tall anyway. Yeah, okay. And then this whole building will be one uniform size. Let's do that. Let's do that. I mean, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's start it. I already said that the floor was going to be one higher than that, so I don't need to dig out that. Okay. Now we won't really see the floor of this thing, so it can be like stone brick, something we have a lot of. Oh, how's Marley doing? Has Marley hatched yet? I believe we have a Marley on the loose. We have a loose Marley. Where are you, Marley? I keep teasing the horse when I run by it. Hey, Marley's in with our panda. Oh. Well, now, don't they look like a cute little pair? I'm going to have to find another panda someday. Oh, that's just adorable. All right, Marley, you're going to have to come out, though. That was a trick that Millie taught me as well, that you could actually, like, and you could do that like a while ago. That's nothing super new. I just never knew you could do that. You can get something out of a boat by leashing it directly. All right, so let's give you a youth flower and a name. Boop, there you go. Now that gets you into your forever home. Come on, little one. Up. And then down. There you go. We'll pop your lead. Oh, no! There we go. The minecart will pick those up. Well, oh, I'm down here now. Good thing those guys are slow and you can actually just break the wall to get out. Hey, we've gotten another pitcher pod. Nice. There we go. So now we use all 4 of our names. We got the slightly modified Sniffleupagus. We've got Sniffy Snifferton. We got Marley, and we got Snuffy. Nice. I love it. Those are great names, everyone. Those are awesome. I'm very happy with those. Okay, we have mountains of stone. We have chests full of stone over there I showed you earlier, so we can go ahead and see. I like when these are in their kind of mid stages. I can get rid of my lead at the moment here. Let's see. I don't need the temp block anymore at the moment, and I can get rid of these. And I want to put this other pitcher pod now down here. There we go. And I know if those are hydrated, these would probably grow faster, but there's no need for them to grow fast. They're just doing their thing. All right, so now, like I said, I've got like a mountain of stone now. So I can go ahead and rob some from this chest over here. That's enough for... Oh, that wasn't much in these chests. Oh, I probably have already like emptied those of stone. All right, let's go ahead and make stone brick. Because this is just laying down the foundation of the farm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it's wide as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's cool. So this what I'm laying down right now. This is what the mine carts will travel on. And these are going to be in a much more structured back and forth, unlike the one that we put under the Sniffer farm, where we got a little creative with the shape to get in and out of the nooks. This will be a much more straightforward back and forth, back and forth. Let me get some of those carts. Let's go ahead and get some of those. Okay, let's see. And when I say some, I mean we're going to have to make a lot. We need more redstone too. How is it that I have such little redstone? Have I just not mined that much in this world? I guess not. Yeah. Because for this I like using the blocks. It's just way easier. Oh, by the way, I thought of like a version 2.0 of this where it actually does collect them on its own. I need to do that sometime. Show you guys that. Let's see. Almost time to sleep. It is time to sleep. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna make some redstone blocks out of that, what I just mined up. Oh yeah, that's plenty, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna need to make more rail, but we can I can at least show you the idea of what it will look like. So what I'm gonna do is probably somewhere about in the middle of this. This was what, 12? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's fine. Right here should be, yeah, should be good enough. I guess technically these didn't have to be redstone blocks. I could have put torches up under, but for the other layer, it will have to be redstone. Well, maybe not. Oh, wait a minute. How do I do the other layer? Maybe this will just be one layer. Because to layer it, because you need room for the redstone, but then you have to do a floor. But then you have to be able to power the carts up there without screwing with the redstone below it. So you have to put like some kind of a buffer in between. That gets really tall if you do more than one layer. Let's start with one layer. So the way we do this, right? So you start with you have like a powered one against the wall, or say this is where it actually comes. Well, that's where it ends. This doesn't have to be powered. What am I? No, yeah, you put a powered one that's actually lit at the end to make sure it gets a boost. Right, so the way you would do this is you'd put a powered one here on the end, and then you would start going this way. And you put, of course, there. Right, and you just loop it around, and then there. Okay, because that's going to be dumb, you have to stop it from being dumb. And the way you stop it from being dumb is you connect it to a straight so that when this one can curve without touching it, and then you can break this dumb one off. There we go. And you continue this. We're going to have to make more tracks, obviously, to continue this. Right. So then when you get to the end, this one on the end comes out of the farm, and that's going to go up into the thing that's going to dump the stuff that it collected. And then when it dumps the stuff that it collected, the pumpkins will filter one way to go into, oh, there's going to be a filter circuit as well. If I don't want to do a filter circuit, then what I would need would be like a pumpkin track and then like a melon track. And then each one comes out separately to just a collection circuit. So I don't have to do a sorting circuit either. Oh, that changes things. That changes things a little bit. That means this is the direction that has to be divisible by 3. Which means it has to be one wider. Okay, let's make it one wider. That makes it an even build, which means this will just be double doors. Right? Yeah. Right. And the outside of the building now is actually out here. Right? So this building comes out this far instead of this far. And it has a double doors on the front. It's a big building. Of course it'll have double doors. All right. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, so then that means it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is where it comes out into a collection circuit, and this is where it ends. On a straight. So this will be the melon cart. The melon cart goes up and down 4 rows. It hits this wall, and then it goes back the other way. And then this side will come in here. It'll go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it'll hit its wall here and then go back that way. We could get, if we had a melon stem, here, it could grow here, and then the pumpkin cart's going to pick it up. And if we're not sorting, then it gets into the wrong farm. And then especially if a pumpkin gets into the melon cart, hey, you guys are getting a little aggressive with your wandering over there. Whatever. You're grown adults. You can figure it out. We don't want mixing if we're not sorting. So we could fix that by making it one more wider, right? So what we do then, this becomes the stopping wall. This becomes an actual wall, right? An actual wall. This comes out one more, so it's the same number. And technically, this probably needs to be less than 2/3. So if this was like one shorter, it would probably be fine. So now we have 4 rows here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows here because the cart comes out this way. And then this wall prevents them from mixing. Right? So now we don't have to worry about melons ending up in the pumpkin collection and the pumpkins ending up in the melon collection. And we still get a nice even 1/3, 2/3, although like we saw over there, 2 melons was actually 2 harvested melons was actually resulted in more than 1 melon. So technically, if this was probably 1 row shorter, it would probably even out more. Let's keep this 1 row 1 shorter to help make up for the fact that 2 harvested melons does average to be more than 1 melon. And then what will happen is, even if the collection comes out, so it'll go up, down, up, down, up, down, up. This one's reset point is going to be here. This is where it's going to hit the wall and bounce back. I'm cool with that. I'm down with that. Yeah. I think that's going to work. I hope none of you are not too terribly thoroughly confused by all of that. That was a lot of me talking, thinking out loud, but I feel like most of that is pretty easy to understand. And I didn't lose too many of you. Okay, let's see. So let's go ahead and it'll make more sense once I lay them down. It's the whole 2/3 proportion thing, and then it's not actually 2/3. That's the confusing part. Oh, that's more than enough. Okay. Okay. So where's these? Okay. All right. right, so boom, 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 boom. There we go. And then, of course, like I said, it comes out this way, and it's going to go up into the collector that drops them into the storage, and then the storage will be several chests tall. Okay, yeah. Almost time to sleep. Oh, it is time to sleep. Okay. Oh, we're almost at our 3-hour mark. Tell you what, let me finish laying down the rails here, then we can probably wrap things up. So now on this one, okay, we're gonna do. Did I not have 2 more? Did I get rid of them, or did I use them all up? Again, those don't technically have to be blocks. They could have been torches up underneath those. But usually, yeah, I just put them away. Usually I have so much redstone it doesn't matter. I need to get underground and do some mindless mining. Maybe I'll do that this weekend when I'm watching Zinc streams. That'll be the in, and then this is where it bounces back. Right. So these, you could actually do this. The only thing you have to do is you have to extend the one for the first time you come around the bend. Okay. So then, because once you do this, they can. Oh, I thought they auto-connected. You bums. You made a liar out of me. Okay, now once that curves, you can break this one. Put that there. Get rid of that temporary block now. There we go. Oh, one thing you can do though is this right here. Oh no! See, oh, here I am. Here I am trying to be all fancy, and I'm just goofing it up. Just do it right. Just do it right. Oda, come on. All right, there we go. This is going to connect unless I do that. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Perfect. So then when we have two hopper carts. Let's see, 2 mine carts, 2 hopper carts. Oh, rockets and wings makes you so lazy. See, because then the cart goes in, and it should go around. Then it gets to the end, and it bounces back. Good, that was enough. Okay, yeah, that one was enough. And then it goes into the collection. And then it dumps its pumpkins, and then it goes back and does the same thing. And then the same thing here. And it's 1 row less than double that, so that might be a lot closer to 1 pumpkin per one melon per pumpkin. And then it goes whoop, and then it goes up into the collection thing, and then the collection feeds into an auto crafter, and then that goes into the storage. And then we have a row of pumpkins on one side, a row of chests full of pumpkins on one side, and a row full of chests of melons on the other side. And then we trade them to our farmers and get all kinds of golden carrots from them. And we could even stick a couple of farmers in here, in this building, who are both who both trade melons and pumpkins. And then we literally just come in here, grab pumpkins, immediately trade with them, and then we move on. Yeah, and we can let them free roam in here as long as we don't let them get through the doorway. Yeah, I like it. And then we come up with some kind of cool build to build around this, which now that I know the dimensions, that's something I could even play with in creative a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. Awesome. All right. Let's do that next episode, actually. We're right here at the 3-hour mark. It's literally 3 hours and 32 seconds on my recording clock. I don't know what that'll be once I clip the beginning and stuff. Anyway, yeah, next episode we'll actually hold on a second. Everyone who just left because you saw the outro coming, you should have stuck around. We need to see if our experiment with our slime guys was a real thing. Did they despawn? They despawned, didn't they? I bet they despawned because they spawn. Of course they would despawn. I mean, really? I might have to look it up. I'm going to have to look it up and see what the deal is with them. Like, I would hate to think that you would have to name every... Like, I kind of feel like they should be kind of like cows and sheep, where, like, they don't despawn because they're neutral. Hold on a second. You know what? Okay, let's turn on our hitboxes and do a quick little sweep here. Are they here but just like ran around somewhere? This is all like chickens and stuff, right? Yeah. I don't see any little hoppy squares anywhere. Those are all the cats. By the way, something shoved the cats from in front of the wall to in front of the fence. And I'm almost wondering if it was one of these guys. Because, like, whenever I was, like, digging out all of this land, that guy was going all over the place. So I bet he shoved all those cats sideways. Anyway, I don't see the slimes anywhere. Hold on. What's that? Oh, that's that guy floating. Okay. Well, dang it. I'm going to have to turn off this hitbox because that looks really bad. There we go. I am the Batman. I am the Batman. Hey, guys. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad you spent some time with me today. I hope you had fun. I hope I helped you whittle away a few hours of your day. And come back next episode, next week. We are going to make that pumpkin, a pumplin farm, a melkin farm. We're going to do that next time. Again, thanks for coming. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.